Welcome everybody to our Focus Forum this week. We have Mr Benitez with us once again to talk Merseyside derby, a bit about Chelsea's game this week as well. We had Mario Balotelli on Saturday's show, but we spoke at length about him, so we're going to talk about the football this week. And starting with the Merseyside derby, which is tonight. Now, you had a very good record in Merseyside derbies. What is it that is so special about this game? For somebody who maybe doesn't know much about the Merseyside derby, sum it up for us, Rafa.
I didn't know at the beginning, when I just came, we lost the first derby 1-0. But after I could realise, the atmosphere in the city during the week and what it means for the fans. And also for the managers, you know that it's a massive game for everyone and how important it is. And also for the players, the local players. People is talking when I changed Gerard, he changed Gerard, but too much passion sometimes in the derby, so it's important to come down and analyse the games,
And what was it that actually made you aware of the importance of the game? Was it the fact that people were talking to you far more regularly, the fans in the street and things like that, or was it the players that convinced you?
No, both. The fans in the streets every time, you have to win, you have to beat them. And the opposite, you are fine, but
the grief you got when you lost one,
yeah. So sometimes I have to be fair. Now I have a better relationship with the Evertonians because they say, you are great for the city. So then why you say this or you say that? But everybody is just waiting for the game, for the derby, and everybody has passion,
And in terms of this game this week, we've got Liverpool ahead of Everton in the table, doing relatively well under Kenny Dalglish. First trophy as well, they've won the Carling Cup. How do you see this one sort of building gently? We've got David Moyes celebrating his decade as manager at Goodison Park as well. Where do you see the power lying on Merseyside at the moment? It
will be difficult because always you can talk about the derby, we are at the top of the table, they are at the bottom or the opposite, but it's a derby, so everything can happen. So you cannot say Liverpool will be better or Everton will be better. Both teams, they will put 100%, all the players, and we said before, the passion around. So it's very difficult to say who is favoured in these games.
But you're looking, let's start with Liverpool. You've got, the Carling Cup victory was important, but in terms of Andy Carroll and Suarez, it's something that doesn't quite seem to have clicked. It's great that they've got Gerrard back. People talking about Charlie Adams fitting in nicely into that midfield. How do you see the team under Kenny Dalglish at the moment?
I think they are doing well. They say it's a work in progress. And I have a lot of respect for Liverpool, so I cannot criticise. I think that they are growing, they are improving, and they have to do it. So I say before, they spend big money this year, and I think that they have to improve, and they will need maybe some time. But we were in a very good position. After was a transition, and the team was going backwards. Now they are working again and going forward.
Say if you had a player like Andy Carroll, though. I mean, I know you were interested in Andy Carroll when you were the Liverpool manager. Is he a sort of player you have to play a system to fit him, or can he fit into a system that you play?
I think that the good thing about Liverpool now, they have different options. I remember my first year, we had Barros, Cissé, Letale, Sinam as strikers, but we needed to have something different. So we brought Peter Crouch, so we had a different kind of a striker that he could hold the ball, win in the air. Then you could play a different style, And I think that they were trying to do the same. The understanding between Suarez and Carroll will be important. At the same time, you have to play both. You have to manage also Gerrard in the middle of the park. So I think that they have different options, and that is always good,
And we said on Saturday about your sort of respect and your friendship with David Moyes. Do you think that he is, in terms of resources, the best manager in the Premier League?
Normally I don't like to say this, not about him, about anyone, because there are too many managers doing a fantastic job, and we don't know what is going on inside the club. You don't know the budget that they have. So I think he's doing a great job, no doubt about this, because the resources that they have. But I say before, he has a massive support from the chairman, and that is very, very important, because I have the experience with the owners, and when you don't have the support, it's always more difficult.
Chelsea play Napoli this week, behind from the first leg. We spoke at length on Saturday about you and the Chelsea job, but in terms of this Chelsea situation now, new manager has come in. He's had a couple of games under his belt. This is a huge game, not only for Di Matteo, but for the club themselves, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so. One of the things that they are always thinking about, Chelsea, is the Champions League. So it's a massive competition for everyone, but especially for them, because they were close with us, with Liverpool, and after at the end they couldn't win the final. So I think that it's a massive competition for them, and will be tough because the difficult thing about Napoli is they are really good in counter-attack, so they can be good at home, but especially away. I was watching the Manchester City game. They're so dangerous with Lavezzi between the lines, and they go Hamsik, they go high, Cavani, they stay high, and Lavezzi comes between the lines. And if they have some space, they are quite dangerous in counter-attack.
And Di Matteo's spoken about his desire to stick with Fernando Torres, and I know you know Torres very well. Do you remain convinced that he can be as good as he was at the peak of his powers, or has he lost something that will never return?
No, I think that I said before, and I say too many times, no, I think that he will come back because he's working hard, he has the desire, he knows, he's clever. He's someone that analyzes the situation, he knows that he's not performing at the level, so he knows that he has to improve, and he's working, trying to improve, no?
Lots of people have spoken about Barcelona's high-pressing game for the last few years, but there's another manager, Bielsa at Bilbao. We saw Manchester United perhaps underestimate their game in the first leg of their Europa League tie. How impressed have you been with the way that he's gone about his business and the system that he plays and the way that tactically he works?
To be fair, I know him well because he was the manager of Argentina. When I was in Valencia, we have Ayala, Aymar, Argentinian players, so we had to fight a little bit about the features. And he likes football. He likes to play in this style. No, I was watching some games against Barcelona. They beat Barcelona, or they drew against Barcelona at the end, pushing and working very hard, running everywhere. And after they can play. So talking with people of Bilbao, I was talking with some former players that they play for Bilbao, and they were telling me that maybe United, they didn't realize how strong, how good could be Athletic Bilbao because they were not scared. So they said, we will go there, we will press you, and we will play the ball at the same time. Because
he has been talked about as a possible future Premier League manager, possibly a Chelsea manager as well. I think on Saturday you described him as mad. Is he a crazy character?
It's the nickname that he has. See, he loves to watch a lot of games, DVDs. I remember with my Argentinian players in Valencia, they were telling me he's always watching videos and then pushing. The way that he trains is a little bit special, so you will see, you know, with the big names. But Athletic is a fantastic club because they are Basque players. They don't sign players from the rest of the Spain or another country. So at the end, they stick together. And it's an environment very, very positive for the manager. And everyone is pushing in the same direction.
OK, final one. We've had loads and loads of questions in. I've asked most of the questions that have come through on Twitter. Champions League winner for you this season. Now, we know that you've won it yourself. You've been there. You've done the business. Who do you think will take the title this season?
We have the experience of winning with an English team that is fine and another final, and I don't see any English team close now. I think that the Barcelona, Real Madrid, they are, for me, one step ahead of the others. We will see AC Milan. We will see what happened with Bayern Munich. But I think it has to be, for me, between Madrid and Barcelona, maybe.
OK, one of the top two in Spain. Rafa, always a pleasure to have you on the programme. Thank you very much for your insight. And thank you for all your questions that you've sent in on Twitter. We always get hundreds and hundreds when you come on, so I think they still like you out there. Thank you very much. Don't forget, Football Focus this Saturday. It's an early one for you, 11:30 because of the rugby. So we'll see you on BBC One at 11:30. From myself and Mr Benitez, thank you very much for watching.